What's going on, people? We is live on YouTube. We're here live, JTV, live and uncensored, episode 10. Kevin J. Kid Impact is in the building. And we are live as live can be. And the funny thing about being live is when you're live, anything can happen. So, with that being said, our very special guest tonight, for those of you that follow us on social media, our guest on tonight's show is a man who is currently deeming himself the universal soldier, Trey Jeter. When he first pawned that name on me, I sort of thought 3 out of 10, but I think he can make it work, and I think he's going to make it work. I think he's going to prove to everyone in CAW that he truly is the universal soldier. We've had quite an inordinate of guests here on this show, and it's live and uncensored. You know, live and uncensored being not necessarily that somebody's going to come on this show and talk shit. Live and uncensored being that we're live and anything can happen. So if I didn't mention this just a little while ago, I'm going to mention it now that fortunately Trey Jeter is not currently able to join us. He's stuck in traffic. So we're going to wait for him to join us momentarily, for him to show up.
He's stuck in traffic.
So there I am in the background, just making sure I'll test the audio, making sure that everything is good. So sounds good. We have some new equipment, so currently we are doing very, very good right now. This new equipment, we sound much, much better, and this is going to be good. So since we can't have Trey join us right now, you know, we'll be giving out shout outs, we'll be giving out updates, you know, we'll be talking to some of you guys, the fans, we'll be talking to some of the wrestlers in the comments. Hello, Jody Kid. Good to hear from you. What's going on, Dreams? BKS in the building all day. Much love to you. Trey Jeter is going to be joining us momentarily. He will be here, hopefully. But in the meantime, we're going to have some fun. J Kid with an open mic, live. Anything can happen. I can say anything that I want. God damn it. So I got me some apple juice. You know, the ego attack Trey. Oh my God. So I got me this apple juice that tastes like lemonade, and it tastes fucking great. Oops. So here live on YouTube, for any of y'all that have any questions, you can drop some questions in the comment section. Any of y'all that, you know, whatever you got to say, you can say in the comments. And, you know, plan B. Talk about whatever we want. I'm just going to say whatever comes to mind. I would like to take this time to thank all of my fans out there in CAW, you know, for recent postcards and showing me a whole lot of love. You know, it makes me feel good that I have so many fans out there as Kevin Impact who think about me all the time and just, you know, showing me a whole bunch of love and just always watching me and seeing what I'm doing. And it means a lot to me, you know what I mean? Because I'm not the most humble motherfucker in the world, so, you know. But on that token, I also want to thank all of the JTV fans, wrestlers alike, for the ongoing support to this channel, to this establishment, NCAW, pro wrestling, and what we do. Congratulations to Damian Gage, who signed a 3-year JTV contract last night. It was shared on Facebook. Damian Gage, we are happy to bring you into the JTV family. Welcome along. Very happy to have you. You know, we're here signing the best talent in the world, doing what we do best, entertain with the best wrestlers in CAW for the best promotion in CAW right now. I love CAW and I respect every single CAW promotion that's out there. Whether they love me or whether they hate me, I admire every single CAW promotion for the simple fact that it's a beautiful thing because we're keeping it alive. So every single promotion that's out there, I respect what they're doing in terms of CAW. And that's why on our next episode, on episode 11 of Live and Uncensored, I am going to be talking to a very, very special guest. I'm not going to say who, but certainly someone who is recognizable in CAW will be here speaking with me. Yes, sir. Personally, on the next episode of Live and Uncensored. But I respect CAW. I love CAW. This is our art form. This is our platform into what we do. JTV Pro Wrestling is just a big piece of cake that is a part of that. So, you know, we work hard. This is probably the only pro wrestling circuit in the entire CAW. Most promotions in CAW consider themselves leagues, or they consider themselves a wrestling show, or consider themselves whatever they want to consider themselves. This is a pro wrestling circuit because of the fact that, you know, there's different things that we do. For example, we work with other companies. It's something that we've been doing for a long time. And we don't do too much of that because I'm a big fan of do-it-yourself. I don't really believe in the whole concept of working with other companies in order to sort of bring our name higher. We've always been like a one-person company. In JTV, we've always, you know, done our thing. And if you go back in time to the old Community Creations days, when there were different wars going on and stuff of that nature, different shows that were going against each other and stuff like that, and going against JTV as well, but unfortunately failed at knocking us off the Richter scale. You know, with all that happening, back in that time, you know, they had the CC Mafia. And for some of the old schoolers of the CC days, before this whole YouTube thing really took off, with a lot of us jumping on the bandwagon, and YouTube's been around for a while as well. The promotions, the CAW promotions and YouTube been around for a while. I respect all of those. I respect every single promotion that had been doing this shit since before we got here. You know, we done rolled into this shit. I think it was 2014. It was November 5th, 2014. So we had recently celebrated 5 years of being on YouTube. And it's been wonderful. I don't know what the hell is YouTube doing with this whole COPPA and all these rules and regulations that they're coming up with. I think it's disappointing because it can cause problems for some of us, the promoters in CAW, and some of our shows. So I don't know what YouTube's doing with that. I think it's stupid. I think that the way I feel about the whole thing is that, you know, if you're gonna do something with what's going on, guys. if you're gonna do something with the whole kids thing on YouTube, man, you know, you got YouTube for kids. You don't put the blame on the creator. We're the ones that are making the content. You know, you're supposed to be customer friendly. We're the ones that are keeping you in business and making you money. You treat your people right. And we're here live on YouTube, and I want this to be heard, and I want this to be understood that we're your customers. We're the ones who keep you relevant and make you your business. Everybody got on YouTube and made you the shit, made you viral. And that's not how you repay people. It's the same it's the same reaction to PlayStation and the same reaction to 2K. You know, 2K thinks that it's okay to just piss on all of us, the fans and the customers. Bro, we're the ones paying the money. We're the ones paying for this game, and it's broken. You fix it. You know what I'm saying? You don't go off and take people's money and then just fix it whenever you want. You fix it. Same with PlayStation. You got to pamper the shit out of us. We're the customer. We should always get more content and pay you less for it. That's how it goes. We always are supposed to get more because you're supposed to spoil us. It's about quality, not quantity. Now going back to CC, going back to the promotions, going back to these CAW companies. I feel like I'm the ultimate warrior now, giving one of those speeches on one of those videos. So I'm going to get them my ultimate warrior shit. Enjoy. You know, so going back before Trey gets here, gets to the building, going back to some of the stuff we were talking about. Yeah, you know, I'm very proud of us in JTV Wrestling. I'm very proud of everything we've accomplished and are doing. You know, we're not running around. You know, we do work with other companies, but we don't often run around trying to use other companies in order to elevate us. You know, it's okay to do business from time to time, but to work with other companies to elevate you like that really doesn't make you look good in my eyes, because, you know, that's just an excuse. You know, when you're trying to get on an even playing field, so to speak, with some of the other top promotions in CAW. So, you know, to me, that's kind of like a desperate cry for help. And that's why we've never done that. You know, we work with other companies to a minimum. I like to give a shout out to XVPW and Maxie and all them boys over there. You know, Maxie a little crazy motherfucker sometimes. You got to, you know, smack his ass back into orbit, you know, so he understands, you know, when he needs to just cool his shit down. But I respect the guy. I like the guy a little bit, not a lot. And I think that he does well with the shit that he puts together. I will say that. Maxie's the kind of guy who's right across the bridge from me. He's out in New Jersey, and he does his own film, and those guys got green screen. He's got Ricochet, Tessa Blanchard. You know, he's got all these people, Tommy Dreamer, that come out in the videos. You know, these are people that I'm assuming he talks to from time to time when he does his wrestling promotion stuff. And, you know, by any token, I like to go across the bridge and meet up with him sometimes, and maybe we could do some green screen. And, you know, I love to meet Tessa Blanchard, you know what I'm saying, and get some clout. Speaking of clout, I want to send a fat-ass fucking shout-out to one WWE superstar, John Cena, for following us on Twitter. John Cena, the doctor of thugonomics, you can't see me, went ahead and followed JTV Pro Wrestling on Twitter today, and I want to give him a major-ass shout-out for that. Wasn't expecting it, but, you know, it was interesting. So obviously John Cena knows a thing or two about good taste if he's a JTV Pro Wrestling fan. So shout out to you, John Cena. Thank you for following us. You know, it's good to see. We are now at 290 subscribers on YouTube, and you know, we didn't do that alone. Oh wait, excuse me. We did it alone through hard work, and then we did it with help of every single performer in the history of this promotion. Every writer, every wrestler, every person who contributed ideas, every single person that have come through the door, we want to say thank you. Thank you for that. And I've been feeling good. I've been happy the last couple of days, even with stuff going on, but that's what you do in this whole thing. You know, when you have stuff going on, you don't let it get to you. You handle it like a man. You know, you straighten yourself out. That's how this goes. That's how this should always go. So, sorry, I got thirsty. So I'm out here enjoying this drink right here. and still waiting on Trey to get questions you want to talk about. I know a lot of I know some of what we're going to talk about, but you want to some other stuff that I don't know what we're going to talk about. We can get into any topic here tonight. Anything can happen. We are live and direct, just like VIP, baby. Too sweet. So, man, yeah, so I'm very proud of our foundation. I'm very proud of everything we've been accomplishing and everything we've been doing. You know, all of our recent followers and subscribers and everyone who, you know, obviously recognizes JTV Pro Wrestling, and I'm just very proud of the talent. You know, there's a lot of talent here to work with, and it's just a lot of artistic fun, and it means a lot to me. It really does mean a lot to me. I feel like I should address something, but I'm not too sure if I want to. If you stick around long enough and hit thumbs up, I might just go into it. But currently we're here, we're live. If you guys got any questions, post your comments. Some of the wrestlers in the comments, say whatever the hell you want to say. That's right, Corey Flash, John Cena is indeed your guy. I believe you. 3 out of 10, baby. What else? I say, I'm proud of the success of Ultimate Showdown. We are getting close to 500 views on that, and it's instantly becoming the most successful event ever in the history of JTV, which is what I wanted. That was my goal, and it's a good feeling. I want to make something perfectly clear, because you know, it's just there's different rumors being tossed around with my name, and I really don't appreciate it. You know, it's important to understand what the facts are, and it's important to pursue them. You know, instead of jumping to your own conclusions without knowing the fucking facts. Ultimate Showdown was a rocky build-up. A lot of politics going on in JTV at the current time. Different people that I was not looking eye to eye with, and there was miscommunications. You know, Ultimate Showdown and Night of Rebels was two of the hardest events to work around, because those events were shrined with several individuals who, you know, they don't really respect what we do, and I don't appreciate that. But what I do want to make public is that during the time when we were building up to Ultimate Showdown, you know, despite whatever fallout I've had backstage, so to speak, with whomever, some of the creative that went into Ultimate Showdown, there are people in this world who have an issue with some of the creative that went on for Ultimate Showdown. Now, I want to make it perfectly clear that some of the creative that went on for Ultimate Showdown was simply last minute thing. We have had some issues during that time. You know, I was creating this art form with people who, you know, don't respect me and feel that it's appropriate to go behind my back and slander me instead of respecting me and appreciating me for being there for them. And that's just, it's not something that I'm a big fan of. So, you know, I exercised my options as to what I could do during that time. Creatively, I went with Ultimate Showdown plans currently at that time, simply because of the fact that it was already late. A lot of people knew that a lot of people knew what the main event to Showdown was going to be. A lot of people knew it was going to be me and Corey. A lot of people knew a lot of these match cards, you know, and there was really not too much time to change that. So I really didn't have much of a choice but to run that card and to run that show. You know, I respectfully tried to change up every single show from Ultimate Showdown to every Mega Rush leading up to that, you know, however I could, in order to be as professional about the thing as possible. You know, anything JTV built is JTV content. So, you know, nobody really has any claim over that. So, you know, and that's not me being a dick. That's just me being realistic. But I was still trying to be cordial enough. I was still trying to be considerate enough to respect that. And I'm going to respect everything everybody does in terms of the art form. Absolutely. But, you know, that's really what happened for Ultimate Showdown. It was just a last minute thing, and I really didn't have much of a choice. I certainly was not going to write the whole thing over. There was just no time for that, you know, and we was trying to rush this event. So that's pretty much, that's the second thing that happened. You know, the first was just a result of, you know, you kick me in the dirt, I get back up and I kick you in the dirt, and that's how I look at it. So I just want to clear that out for anybody who's confused, that thought that I exploited anybody or took advantage of anybody. I certainly am not a big fan of stealing people's ideas. It's not my thing, baby. You know what I'm saying? I've always been my own individual. I come up with my own stuff. I don't need anybody's storyline. I don't need anybody's ideas. I don't need any of that. You know, I respected everything that's been going on and was going on as far as how creative went down. There were a couple of things that were adjusted in a way where it was a forced thing. And, you know, CAW shouldn't be forced. CAW, I don't think it's an agenda. You know what I mean? It's like you don't stick a word in somebody's mouth and tell them to continue to repeat it. You know, like, this isn't The Walking Dead. It's not a Negan thing where I am Negan, I am Negan. That doesn't sound like freedom to me. That sounds like enslavement to me. You know, if you're going to horn your craft, if you're going to plant your flag, if you're going to promote change like CM Punk, if you're going to try to create an establishment and dictate that it's liberty and it's freedom and it's all of that, it doesn't really come to fruition when you're sticking a word in somebody's mouth and having them repeat it over and over. That's not freedom. Especially when you put yourself in a main event for a title match. Shots fired, baby. Too sweet. I'm gonna fuck Trey up when he gets here for making me rant like this. We're live. Kevin Impact is live, and I said anything the fuck I want. But I say what I want to say. I don't say what somebody else wants me to say. You know, I'm not intimidated by anybody. There's nobody in CAW that intimidates me. There's nobody that can touch me, straight up. I don't give a shit what show you got. I don't give a rat's ass what video you got, who you think you are. You know what I'm saying? You're going to need a fucking army to take me. That's how I look at it. I'm not here to run my mouth. I'm here to tell you how I feel. You know, I'm making this about myself right now. Shit. Trey's not even here. Should have never handed me the mic. Pipe bomb. Pipe bomb from left to right. There's 7 people watching and I'm over here running my mouth. Man, you know, there's quite a few things for me to cover, to get at. But, you know, I do what I want to do, man. I'm not shaken by anybody. I do what I want to do. I say what I want to say when I want to say it. Not, you know, that's it. That's the end of it. JTV is a hot product. It's just wonderful right now. You know, we have an opportunity to accomplish great things. If we are for the stuff that's going on right now, I want to say this. This is something else that I'd like to cover. This is something else that I want to cover right here, that I want to say. I've said this on Facebook a few days ago, and now here's my version. When you get into JTV, and this is going to be special right here, so make sure you put the volume up and listen to this portion of it, because this portion of this podcast I'm going to like. I might go back and listen to it when I'm done. In JTV Pro Wrestling, when you come in to JTV, I, as the 10 out of 10 guy, expect you to prove me wrong. I expect you to be strong. I expect you to develop skill. I expect you to have ability. I expect you to work with pressure. I expect many things from you as a JTV talent, because in this pro wrestling circuit, that's what makes a JTV talent. That is what identifies you as a JTV talent. Not quitting, not bitching, not complaining, not saying that you don't feel that you're being properly used. You know, none of this bullshit, okay? Anybody that's ever made it in JTV, that's been a world heavyweight champion, that's been a top draw, that's been a big name, you know, that has outlasted person after person. And I'll drop two names that are strong people in JTV in the annals of time who have taken this brand and have helped build it along with Kevin Impact. And the two names that I want to drop right now, there's many of them, but I want to say Corey Flash and I want to say King Leo. And King Leo, I got to see a little earlier today. If you're listening, good for you. It's good to see you getting healthier. See you soon. Same for you, Corey Flash. Corey Flash and King Leo are two guys who been in and out of this game for the better part of 10 years. World champions, tag team champions, factions. Corey Flash did the Nexus thing. King Leo did the Hoods thing in 2006. You guys don't know nothing about that, but there's some tapes coming soon for you guys to know more about the history of JTV. And with all of this being said, those guys are a testament to what this brand is all about. Corey Flash was a guy who realized he had made a mistake at one point in time. You know what I mean? He had went to Nickelodeon to make a big star out of himself, and things didn't. You all right? I think my dog pinched his nuts just a moment ago. I apologize. Sit your ass down while I try to talk to these people. So anyway, so Luke Wells got his nuts pinched just now. He screamed like a little bitch. But back to my point, man. All I'm saying is that King Leo and Corey Flash are two people who've been around for a while. You know, King Leo's been having a hard time the last couple of years. Oh, congratulations, fun man. You got a mic. Hold on, let me fix Luke Wells real quick before he sits on my wire and turns the system off and pisses me off. Now sit back there. Sit back there. You got your foot all locked up. Look at you. We on Live and Uncensored. I can't even do the fucking podcast. Sit your ass down, boy. God damn. So anyways, like I was saying, before I was really interrupted, shout out to you, Funky Man. Funk Man is the future. You know what I'm saying? So, Funk Man is going to be the new Cuban man, Cuban black man. You are the Latin prince, Funk Man. Yes, you are. You're going to be a Spanish motherfucker. You are, you. So anyways, where was I? In JTV Pro Wrestling, this is what you need to understand. You get into JTV, and I don't care who you are, you know, and I can drop names and I can say anything I want, but this goes to everyone, this goes to anybody in the history of JTV, and to anybody who's looking to join JTV that's on our channel, just casually listening on what it takes to be a name. You can run around all day long and say you're a big shot, a big deal in JTV. You can act like you're the man and you have all this talent and all this stuff and the system is corrupted. You can say anything that you want. But if you haven't been the world champion, if you haven't headlined Showdown, if you haven't headlined pay-per-views, if you haven't taken on me and Corey Flash and all these big names, then you don't really get a say. You work at it, you earn it, you get there. You know what I'm saying? There's been plenty of people who have had that opportunity. Some took it for granted, you know what I'm saying? Some did it for a little bit of time. And then, you know, can you stay still? Stay still. Sorry about that. You know, I don't believe in the backstabbing, fuckery, betrayal shit. I believe in loyalty. I believe in sticking to your shit and making it, and, you know, making a loud noise. All right, Trey Jeter's going to be here in about 5 to 10 minutes. But, so I'll start wrapping this up. Right, exactly, Shendon. So, when you get into JTV, man, like, I want everybody to understand this, because I don't know how clear I can make this. I don't need to twist my words around. I don't lie because I'm not good at it. I'm not good at lying, and I'm not good at this whole thing. All I know how to do is tell you the truth of what I feel in my heart and what I think in my head. That's all I know how to do. I don't have any interest in controlling anybody in JTV. Never did. Hopefully never will. You know what I'm saying? Because man can be corrupted. I have not been corrupted because I don't allow my brain to easily be seized. You know what I'm saying? Like some individuals in CAW who allow that. I don't allow that. It's not me. You know what I mean? I'm mentally strong. That's where I come in. So I take a lot of pride in what we do. I take a lot of pride in what all of you guys do. I work very, very hard to produce talent in JTV. This is the JTV factory because we produce talent. We make guys. We don't go to other promotions and steal people and use that and then try to act like big shots. That's not what we do here. We make people. We don't need to steal anyone from anywhere. We're making people in JTV. You know, from the Funk Man to Shendon, you know, you name them. There's so many big names that have come out of JTV compared to other promotions, you know. So I do firmly take a lot of pride in being the one promoter in CAW who is not corrupted, who listens, who's willing to work with you, who's willing to help you. A lot of our promos are organic. You know, I don't like to write a lot of the time. I like for you guys to speak your minds a lot of the time. I like for you guys to, if you need my help, I'm willing to write for you, make you a little edgy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it takes. But I like for the product to be organic. I don't like the whole telling people what to do thing. I don't like to manipulate. I don't like to control. If you work hard in JTV, you can make it and you can get a title shot. That's just what it is. I don't need to put myself in main events for world titles and pay-per-views or anything like that. I have to work for that. It took me like 2 years before I got to the JTV world title, and I'm the guy who runs the show. It took me like probably 2-3 years before I was able to get that. And I had to beat all the top contenders that was there at the time to get it. King Leo owes me a match, but unfortunately he didn't stick around long enough to get me to it. So hopefully one day when you can fully be good, which is looking soon, you can bring your ass back to JTV. That's right, I'm calling you out. You bring your ass back to JTV and you do what you do best. Okay? Now, I've heard things, different things, you know, stuff like I'm not considerate, that if you know, if you guys are not doing something, if there's a line or a movie or something that, you know, that's needed, and I'm coming down hard on you guys and stuff like that. If you don't deliver, that I'm going to come at you. That all of you guys have to be considerate of my stress and my personal problems, but I'm not considerate of your stress and your personal problems. I'm not going to put my guys on the spot for people in JTV that are going through shit that I know. Man, I'm the most considerate person in the goddamn world. All I do is think about all of you. Sometimes I don't even bother you because I want you guys to enjoy your holidays, enjoy your free time. I try to work with you on your time. When I put you on a JTV film, when I put you on a podcast, when I do anything with you, I'm trying to make you. So you should respect me for that. You should show me a shitload of respect for that. If I'm taking time to try to make something out of you, for you to come and tell me, oh, you know, you're not using me right, or you're not using me, or I feel like I'm being held back. I feel like, you know, when it comes to J Kidd, it's like, you know, we have to hear all his problems and be considerate. But when it comes to us, he doesn't take it into consideration. He doesn't understand that, you know, we're going through stuff in our lives. No, what it is that some of you guys just get fucking lazy after a while when you do have free time and you don't do what you need to be doing, what we need from you, and then I gotta holler at your ass is what it is. That's what it is. Every single person in JTV at some point in time gets a free time. They get a free time to be able to do something. When I need a promo from you or something of that nature, you know, and I'm name dropping, Nathan Vaz. Nathan Vaz was one of those guys. I need a promo from you. I expect it from you within a reasonable amount of time, not a month or two later. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? Some people take the habit of, they think, you know, a promo is something that can be done in less than 5 minutes. And the time it takes you to bitch and complain about having to do it, you could have been done with it. Instead, you want to whine, cry, and complain. I'm not that guy. I'm not that kind of guy. I was dying. I was sick. I was injured. My life was falling apart. My relationship was falling apart. Everything. And I still stood here loyal and dedicated to every single one of you motherfuckers. That's what this is about. And I apply that energy and that power into real life because I want some of that energy to rub off on you guys into real life. So the decisions that you're making in real life, it's like, okay, so in JTV, I learned to be strong. I learned to be able to do things even when I'm sick, even when I'm hurt, even when I'm tired. So I'm accustomed to that mindset. That's the mindset I'm accustomed to. I'm accustomed to that no sleep, never die survival mindset. I'm accustomed to get it done. I'm accustomed to get it done right so you don't have to do it again. I'm accustomed to do the very best that you can. That's me. I'm not with this whole I can't do it bullshit. You know what I mean? So yeah, so I want to clear that out, man. I take a lot of consideration when it comes to you guys. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to put up with people who are just fucking lazy and bitching and whining and complaining. You know, I make huge stars out of them and they go and say, oh, well, you know, where's my push? Maybe it's up your ass. Check up your ass. That's probably where the push is. So, yeah, I just want to clear that out. Clear my name on those two things right there. Because, you know, I don't like rumors being spread of me that aren't true. I don't respect. I don't like that shit. If you're gonna say something about me, let it be true. You know what I'm saying? Say something truthful. Say something real. But a lot of people just want to talk, and they don't have anything on me, and that's the problem. It was the same thing last year. It's the same thing now. Because I don't do anything to anybody. All I try to do is be your best friend. And I will be your best friend to the end of time until you fuck me over. That's just all it is. Nobody has any reason to double cross me. Because all I try to do is look out for every single person. When you're my friend, you're in my circle. I'm looking out for you. Period. But if you're going to be on this fuck shit, I don't respect that. Not at all. Trey, are you here? Okay. No Trey Jeter yet. So we're still live and I'm still talking and ranting. I almost feel like Trey set me up. He did this on purpose to try to get me to talk. 39 minutes of this podcast thus far has been me talking. I feel like I made some good points. I feel like I've gotten a lot, you know, some things off my chest. I'm not done yet. I got a lot of ammunition. But, you know, the message I'm sending is don't make me unleash that ammunition. I don't want to. I am doing what I'm doing here. We're creating art. We're having fun. I've been having a fucking blast. I just been watching X-Men, all the episodes. That's what I've been doing. I've been having a great time in this good old life. I got personal stuff going on. You don't see me coming in here talking about none of that. It's nobody's business. My life is it was always supposed to be nobody's business. Just like all your lives is not supposed to be my business or nobody else's business neither. That's how it goes. People need to be respectful with each other and considerate. We need to get off of this fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? If you're a man, you handle things like a man. All right? If I've ever released anybody out of a contract and didn't say anything to them, it's because I already know what they did and I already know how they are, and I don't have to say anything to them. Does that make me less of a man? Hell no. If you're not my friend and you're gonna fuck me over, I don't got nothing to say to you. It's a done deal. It's a block deal. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with one Jason Hudson, DJ. A lot of people remember him. A lot of people know him. Yeah. It's been a while since I mentioned him publicly, but yeah, Jason Hudson, DJ. It's been a while since I mentioned him. You know, we had a fallout. He went ahead and tried to call me. I didn't pick up. I didn't pick up because I already knew what he had done, and I didn't have nothing to say to him. That doesn't make me less of a man. That doesn't make me a coward. I didn't need to talk to him. There's nothing else that needed to be said. We were friends, and he changed that. So there was nothing else that needed to be said. I tried to reach back out to him. No response. So nothing else needs to be said. This is a plural example of many people who have fallen into that same situation with me. So many names that have an issue with J Kid over stupid fucking reasons. 1 year ago, I done went and well, 2 years ago, I believe, I done went and I tried to make peace with one man who has been the Shawn Michaels. You know what I'm saying? I was the Bret Hart and he was the Shawn Michaels in Montreal. And he done went and tried to mess up my whole entire life. And people don't went ahead and believe everything he said, you know what I'm saying, not knowing the real him. No names, no names. And frankly, I try to make peace with that individual just like I try to make peace with a lot of fucking people. But some people, you got to understand, some people don't deserve for you to make peace with them. They don't deserve it. You don't give it to them because they don't deserve it. That's a guy who does not deserve my respect ever again. Done came in here, you know, tried to sabotage a lot of shit. I don't respect that. You know, this was your home. This is a brand you helped create. So it is what it is. So all I'm saying is that don't spread rumors about me. If you got a problem with me, you know where to find me. It's real simple. I don't have nothing to say to anybody. If you contact me, I may reply, but if not, I won't.
Fucking God damn it, man. Shit.
And Trey has joined us 43 minutes in.
Sorry for taking so long, people. Mom hit me up on needing special type of milk when she got
we ain't got to get into all that. But yeah, welcome to the party.
It just took a long ass time to fucking find it in the line.
That's all right, man. Look, the ratings just went up when you showed up, Trey. You're a big star. Look at you. Look at you. Hercules.
Hey, yo, I am here. Let's get some shit out. Let's do this shit. Let's get some shit done. Some shit talked about.
We are. We've already done that for 43 minutes. These guys been in here listening to me fucking take shots and run my mouth and mention names, you know, because you wasn't here. I'm glad you showed up because I don't know what else I was gonna say. I'm trying to entertain people and keep the fucking ratings up. You know, here we are live in this Hansa, baby.
Oh yeah. Let's
So welcome to the show. You got everything you need. You got your drink, your food, your jacket is off. You're good?
Hell yeah, I'm good. I'm ready to go. Let's get this shit. Let's get it pumping, my niggas. Let's go.
All right. Let me make sure I'm good now so we can get to go. These guys, we want to appreciate everybody who's here waiting.
I definitely appreciate everybody that was waiting. It was. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody that's in JTV. That's no cap. Whether you a face or a heel, I appreciate everybody that's in JTV because you put in your work, you put it down, and you represent us to the fullest. And that's on everything, G. That's no cap, bro.
Frontman got his mic fixed up. He was giving some clap to John Cena. How about it, Trey? John Cena followed JTV on Twitter today. How about it? Shout out to John Cena.
I followed. Yeah, he followed me about 2-3 months ago back. So.
Oh, look at you! Look at you! A big star, Hercules. You going to hell? Yeah. Look at your motherfucking ass.
We all know Quinn. Shout out to my little cousin, love him to death. He also dropped off my Christmas present while he's here, so
Hey, can you guys hear Trey? Put some comments in if y'all hear Trey. Trey, you want to tell them where they can follow you at?
If you go to my Twitter, my Twitter is. I have a couple different Twitters. Shit. My CAW Twitter is. God damn it. Is TJ Soldier 76. If you know, you watch my show. The show is WWA Brands 2K. And my music is Train Gambit 803. TRANEGAMBIT 803.
Somebody hating. Somebody hit thumbs down. Oh, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. You hit thumbs down. You're mad. You got nothing better to do with your time than to hit thumbs down. That's
look like we give a fuck.
Listen. Between me and you, thumbs down, man. We don't give a shit. Hit all the thumbs down you want. We don't care. That doesn't matter to any of us. It doesn't matter to me. So hit the thumbs down. We don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? There you go.
I'm happy. I'm in a good mood. My cousin dropped off my Christmas present. I'm happy as hell right now. This nigga got me a Han Solo pop. So I'm happy as shit.
Right.
One of my favorite Star Wars characters at that. By the way, Han shot first.
The fuck is that?
From Star Wars. It's a thing that's saying that Han Solo shoots first with the other dude.
Oh yeah?
Han shot first.
I'm gonna be checking out that Mandalorian when I get the chance. Which? Yeah, the Mandalorian. What's what? So what else? Let's see. Let me see what else. I'm trying to think. Fuck. What was I gonna say? Which Star Wars film is coming out in theaters? Tell me that, because I've heard some commotion about it. Anybody know?
I think it's the Rise of the Skywalker.
Rise of the Skywalker. Okay, got you. Okay.
Oh, Cruz Ramiro is fucking.
Okay, well, yeah. So, like I was saying, we
Yep, the Rise of the Skywalker. Yep.
The Rise of the Skywalker is the one that's coming out.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get this started shortly. You know, we've been out here for a little bit. People were listening to what I had to say. I think it was interesting. I think it was it was what it was. So we I think you're ready to go, right? I think you are ready to go. So we might as well get it cracking.
Oh yeah.
So we'll see. Whatever questions y'all got for Trey. You know, we can get to it, man. I got the gummies, like you said. They sound good. Rise of the Skywalker, Marcus Storms. Thanks for that. I think I'm ready to go into it. All right, so The first question I want to ask, the first thing I want to talk to you about, is something that interests me, and I think will interest some people as well, because I don't think me and you ever got the opportunity to really go into detail about it. And what I want to talk to you about is the founder of S&W, Jeffrey Albritton. Jeffrey Albritton. My question is, how did your relationship with him start? And was there ever beef between both of you? That's a double question.
Not to my knowledge, there's never been any beef between us. We've had arguments about certain shit, but we've never had like any beef. I actually met him through when I started my career in COH. Someone suggested that cause I want to go into solo stuff.
Absolutely.
And then someone suggested, like, hey, why don't you tag team with Jeffrey or this guy named Jeffrey Albritton? I was like,
who suggested?
Either it was Sean Boss or Travis Sparks. I can't remember. It's been so long ago. I don't remember which one suggested it. Inaccuracy. I don't know. I don't remember. It's been so damn long. I forgot which one suggested it.
But who was he wrestling for? S&W or WWA?
Who? Who? The guy who suggested it?
Yes.
No, they were all COH.
Okay. COH. Travis Sparks.
So they worked for COH and they suggested, and I hit him up, and we got talking.
Right.
And came tag team. We won tag team championships once. I had a little problem there with a little something that happened. And I was going through some personal shit at the time, and I took a little break. And so, they replaced me, in the team.
Right.
And, I came back, and I haven't really been doing promos, so they haven't had anything to do. So I haven't really been doing promos for COH like that, like I used to. So, And plus, another reason I'm not really doing it, because I really don't. Because I know how I am, and I know how I talk, and I know. Because I say the N-word a lot.
Right.
You've been in parts with me, I say it a lot. Or if I don't say that one, I say the fairy tale version of it, which is nigga, which I actually have used that in a promo. I call Tyler Steele a whole ass nigga, a ham.
Right.
I'm a fucking ham. Yeah. So, but I mean. So I said nigga in the promo, and then like 5,000 people jumped down my throat about it.
Right.
At the same time I was doing.
Really? When?
I think maybe it was like a little bit before. Before I joined JTV, I think it was like maybe.
What?
Maybe like
they freaked out about that shit. That's weird.
It was like one person. It was a black kid who freaked out. I was like, I know he was a black guy, and he said, I feel like the word nigga should not be used in the promo. And then,
I mean, I respect that. I agree with him. I felt the same way. That's why I didn't want to have JTV be about like people saying fuck and all that. I didn't want to liberate it, because you see, a lot of promotions out there, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but a lot of promotions that are out there are okay with it. They look at it like it's liberty, and I get that, but it's like, man, like if you do that on your show, you're not special. The show's not special. You're just like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? If you watch our show and somebody drops the hard F and you get the beep, it's like, oh, they censored it. That's interesting. You know what I mean? There's professionalism to it. So it categorizes us and it changes us and it makes us look good. And it's not just a us thing. I'm talking about in general for any CW promotion. When you do that, it's like it makes you look good. But when everybody's running around saying it, it's like, oh, this is like it's the ghetto. It's the street. It's like there's no respect here. You know what I mean? There's no class. It's like you put your world championship of your CAW company on somebody from the street. That's how I look at it, honestly. When you need wrestlers. Please continue.
That's very true. And then they had it was like a whole thread of comments about me saying it, me replying to people saying it's like, hey, it's like, yo, look, this is how I talk. This is how I've always talked. This is how I'm not. I was like, I'm not a bad person. This is just how I talk.
Right.
It's like I was like, yo, I was like, cause I'm around my brothers and my cousins a lot, and this is how we talk. It's like, yo, I'll be like, oh, nigga, you crazy. This is how we talk. Like,
It's 2019. That's how everybody talks, bro. You know, people need to get off their sensitive shit.
It's like, yeah, this is like 2018, 2016, no, 2017, 2018, around that time.
Right.
Like I said, right before I joined JTV, I'm like, yo, this is how I talk. I'm like, yo, this is how I talk. I mean, so when I do a promo, I promo like how I would talk, and I mean, it came out. I mean, there's other promos I did where I've never said the word because I was holding back. But you know, this time I was like, I was a heel. I just like, you know what? I'm gonna go full on heel.
Right.
I'm gonna go full on Trey. I'm gonna talk how I normally talk, and it came out.
Yeah.
I got, and people just start jumping down my throat about it. Actually no, I was in JTV because this happened in the summer. This happened during the summer while I was in JTV. So yeah, this happened when I was in JTV.
Right.
At the same time, because at the same time this happened, I was talking to that girl. You know what girl I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And I found out that me and her got into it, and I kind of found out that she played me, and so I was also dealing with that shit, and I was dealing with this at the same time. I'm like, yo, this is just too much shit to deal with at the same time.
Right.
And I was like, I straight up told him, I was like, yo, I gotta take a break.
Right.
I was like, I gotta take a break. I may be back, I may not. I don't know.
I remember you telling me that.
It's like I'm going through some shit right now. I gotta take a break. I gotta take a break. I can't do it right now.
Right. Absolutely.
And I did eventually go back, but I mean, my push isn't the same. I mean, I'm in JTV. I got my own shit. I really don't care.
Right.
If I push this cool or not. Now I'm just like, all right, fuck ever. I just don't care no more. I mean,
no shots fired, Travis. He's just keeping it real.
I'm not. Yeah, no shots fired, Sparks. I'm just saying. It's like I'm in JTV. I got my shit. I still respect COH. I'm still glad I'm there. It's just if I get pushed, I get pushed. If I don't, I don't. And it's whatever.
Right.
I mean, I'm just me, man. You know.
Exactly. That's all you can be, man. At the end of the day, just be you. Tell them what it is.
Love me, hate me. I don't care. Like I'm at the point now. I don't give a damn anymore. You can love me, you can hate me. I just don't care.
Right.
And that's where I'm at. That's how I'm feeling. I mean, I'm of course I'm gonna have my days with my depression. Yes, people, I do have depression. And some days are better than others. Some days are not. Some days I let the smallest shit get me. Most days I'm just like, what the fuck ever. And the days I'm like, what the fuck ever, I don't want to get out of bed, like at all. Like I just want to lay here in the dark and just lay there. It's just like I don't want to do shit.
Yeah.
But I get up, I do something. I'll go outside, rake some leaves, do something around the house. Get on the game, maybe.
Cause I got depression.
Cause I got depression. I'm a stick.
Well,
but you know, it is what it is. Shit happens. But you know,
yeah.
I don't like. I mean, as a black man, I was like, we are raised to like not talk about our feelings, not talk about our like emotional shit, not talk about our depression and shit like that. We're raised like that. So I'm just putting it all out here because I'm at the age where I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. It's like I'm gonna be a new age. I'm gonna be a new age black man. I'm gonna be a new age black person, and I would be like, hey, look, I have depression, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. You know?
Yeah, because it's a whole stigma, right? Just because you're black, like, they're assuming that right. I respect that. I get that. I think everybody has to be normal. This isn't, we're all human. You know what I mean? I get sad, Kevin Impact or not, I get sad sometimes if I don't cry. It's not that I don't cry because I'm tough. I don't cry because I can't physically cry. My body doesn't, like, if I wanted to be sad, it just doesn't come out. And the worst tragedy can happen and my tears, they just don't come out. I can't fucking cry. So all I do is, like, I guess I hold it in. And it comes out now through passion. And that's the reason I'm doing this. It comes out through passion. That's how it just happens for me. It's just passion that comes out, and energy, this motivation to be able to speak and give people electricity. You know what I'm saying? That's what goes into me, and I use that, and I take advantage. You know what I'm saying? And I try to use that as a power to, like, get to people and show them, like, look, this is what the fuck you got to do. You know what I mean? And I take a lot of pride in that. So I understand you absolutely. I get you.
I'm probably about to miss a lot of people. But when I'm in a party chat with you, Corey, Dreamers, Jasper, Pitt, Jeremiah, Jeff, whenever he's on, my cousin Leroy, Shendon, Mark, Billy, whoever the hell is, Corey Brooks, aka damn it, was it WWE Sexual Chocolate?
Russ Walker.
Russ Walker. When I'm in a party with you guys, I'm like, all that shit just fades the fuck away. Like, all the depression, all the shit, all the pain, all the hurt, all that shit. I mean, all right, sometimes we all get into our little arguments every now and then, but at the end of the day, we a family. We mafioso. We family. We OG. Like, at the end of the day, it's all love, and at the end of the day, all that shit just go the fuck away. Like, but some people don't seem to understand that shit.
No, never.
But y'all do. Y'all understand that. Even though we get into our little shits every now and then, at the end of the day, y'all actually make me feel better about me and about my life. And that's no lie. That's no cap.
Yeah.
As my boy Jasper would say, that's on Black Jesus.
Hell yeah.
And like at the end of the day, it's all about respect and love, and it's all about making not just me feel better about everything, making each other feel better about everything that's going on.
Being supportive, being a friend, being supportive, being there, just looking out for one another, being real. And I mean, like, that's what it's all about. Being together, making history, being strong, being a unit. At the end of the day, as much beef as this planet wants to have it with itself, at the end of the fucking day, I assure every single person on this planet that if a UFO comes from the sky to fuck us all up, guess what? We're all brothers and sisters again, and race doesn't count no more. It doesn't even exist, because we will all be together fighting for the better cause. That's how it goes, man.
Exactly. My boy that's in the Air Force, Luke Amy, my big brother, he's listening right now. He's messaging, telling me he's listening.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, big man.
When me and him try to talk at least once a day. At least we try to. And that helps out with the depression too, and the anxiety and all that shit too. But when he's deployed, I got you guys.
Right.
And that's what people understand why the bond between all of us is so damn tight, is because I'm like, I have, not only do I have depression and anxiety, I also have insomnia. So I'm up like half the fucking night.
Right.
And I'm up all fucking day. Which is, hard that is on a body, bro. It's like, yo, I'm up all night, I'm up all day, no sleep. There's been days I've gone 2, 3, 4 days without sleep because my insomnia won't let me sleep.
Same here. It sucks. I know. It's terrible.
And so we all of us got so tight because all of us are people. We're all either if we all don't have insomnia, we're all night out, and that's why we're all up all night long, and that's why we became so close. That's how we became so close.
Right.
But people want to discard that like it ain't shit.
Yeah.
But hey, I say to each his own, and if that's how they want to feel, well, fuck them.
I agree with that, absolutely. I wanted to get to my next question. My next question to you is, ironically, you mentioned COH, ironically, and that's what my next question pertains to. My next question was, how did you decide, or how did you come across COH? How did that start? How did that work out with Travis and them?
I don't. It was a post that they had somehow randomly came across my Facebook timeline.
When?
2015, 2016, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And like we're looking for talent, and they said send a picture of the PM, the owner, and send a picture of your character. I sent a picture of Trey of 2K14. I joined shortly after, like not 15 because 15 was horrible as shit. I think it might have been 16, 17
Right.
that I joined, somewhere around there.
Right.
It came around a random post that I saw on Facebook. I messaged the owner. I sent my shit. Me and him got to talking. I got with them. I signed with them, and then that's how I met Jeff. That's how I ended up in SNW. And that also renewed my faith in doing WWE. Because around that time, I was thinking about stopping doing WWE at the time.
Right.
Myself. But seeing that there was a bigger world than just me, and that other people, I can also be another place for people to come. I kept WWE running.
Right.
I used to get people to play the matches. It's the right storyline. I used to be all by myself. I used to do shit by myself, right storylines, choose who's gonna win, all that other shit. And then I met you, I met Corey, and I slowly started progressing into a player like JTV.
I remember that. Yeah, you came in with that league lifestyle to you, and then you got here and you started being able to. You had to really fucking adjust. I know that. It was kind of like Kimbo when he came into MMA and he had weak legs, and he had to try to adjust. You had to find a way how to adjust. It took some time, but you figured it out how to go from being a league wrestler to being an actual performer. You know, being able to have the tongue-in-cheek side of CAW to where it's like, yeah, we're having a pro wrestling match, but you have to know how to work that match. You have to know, okay, I'm going to do this spot, or I'm going to do this. You know, I don't like to call them spots because, you know, if you've been in that ring, you know that wrestling is 100% real. It's like 1000% real. Everything hurts if you ever step into the ring. So for anybody that ever said wrestling is fake, eat a dick with ketchup and mustard, bitch. So wrestling hurts. You take a lot of bumps. It's painful. It's very dangerous. I've stepped into a ring where somebody actually died. That's where I trained at, you know. And I trained with a guy that trained with the Legion of Doom. So it was a tough place. So basically, absolutely, you know, you definitely evolved in your style as a CAW league guy to a CAW pro wrestler in this pro wrestling circuit of JTV. I agree with you. Yep. Okay, fair enough with that.
Next question on the list. Let's go.
Next question on here that I want to talk to you about is, and I like this question, it might be my favorite one of all, is how did you and Maniac Black come to know each other? First of all, shout out to Maniac Black.
Shout out to him. That shit was fucking hilarious. All right, so our buddy Brad, me, Brad, Well, originally, this is like we was in another person's name called UCW at the time.
What's up, Pip? Sorry, Troy.
What's up, Pip? I left. That was the first time I left. I left and gone back to UCW a couple times. First time I left, he was pissed at me. I was pissed at him. The owner of UCW. I'm not gonna mention any name. Anyway, I was pissed at him. He was pissed at me. I left UCW. All right, cool. Then Brad found some other people, two other guys, Maniac Black and Nick Peak, the Black Heart Nick Peak, the Black Heart Nick Peak, and they came over to WWA, and we started working with them. They never like the thing is, a dude wasn't really pushing them like that. He wasn't really pushing them like that. They came to WWA. We pushed them. We pushed them heavy as hell. Within I think it was maybe 3 months of being in WWA, they became the tag team champions, and they were the longest reigning tag team champions in WWA history.
Okay.
And that's been a good little bit. That's been a long ass fucking time.
Right.
What the hell? The hell was that for? I just saw what you just sent me. What the hell? What the hell are you talking about? Okay. But it's been a Jeremiah, Maniac Black can give you a precise number of how long we've known each other.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Anyway, it's been a long ass time. It's been some long years. It's been over 5. I can take that. It's been over 5 years.
Right.
It's right there.
Okay. Trey, I apologize.
Oh my God!
Trey, we live, yo. What the hell?
God,
we are live. Okay.
Oh, I just saw a question from Funk Man.
Yeah, you can go ahead.
He said where the WWE show name came from. All right. Which name, Funk Man? You guys like the WWE name itself or the names of the shows that we've had in the past? Like, you gotta be more specific because so, you gotta be more specific, Funk Man, so I can answer it properly for you. So where did the WWE name itself come from, or the show name that's been on WWE?
And as you're doing that, Funk Man, ironically, after that message I just sent you, Trey, ironically, my next question is, what is your opinion of Devontae Wright, yo? Mr. Amazing.
Mr. Amazing, D-Man. That's my boy.
I'm asking because, you guys obviously have mixed, ciphers and stuff like that, talked about it and, are in the same show. So I was just wondering.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my boy. He likes music, he does music, he likes anime like me, and I'm like, yo, I can watch music. Kind of like me.
Right.
And since I became in JTV, that he became one of my boys, is here in JTV, that I rock it heavy, that I'm like, alright, fam. Alright, so what I said for man was, do you want to know how the WWE name in general came to be, or the show names that have been under the WWE brand per se, like that, like the WWE name per se, or the shows that has been through the WWE name throughout history.
Right.
Over the last decade of WWE. Alright, so okay, the WWE name in general, I'm just gonna answer both of them. The WWE name in general came from, it was something that me and a buddy came up with, that multiple buddies came up with, because we transitioned throughout the years. The original name for WWE was CCW, Crash Collision Wrestling, which we later found out a guy named Matt Goldberg, I think that's his name, was doing a stop motion animation show with real wrestlers under the same name. And then he was like, well, fuck, you don't want to seem like we stole his idea, even though
well, fuck! Fucking bullshit.
It's like, well, fuck, we didn't want to seem like
fuck!
So we was like, what can we name it? And we would just happen to be watching one of the MLB All-Star games. I can't remember what year it was. 2008, maybe? And one of our buddies was like, yo, what if we name it World Wrestling All-Star?
What's that man's name? Shout him out.
His name, 2009 All-Star Game, a decade ago, Dylan Waits. Also known as Dylan the Razor Waits, a.k.a. Red Phoenix.
You know what? Funk Man, I want you to find him, and I want you to kill him. Finish him. We will end your suffering, boy.
Have you thought of your wrestler name?
Okay, Funk Man, you could keep asking your questions, but I got questions I gotta ask him too. Goddamn it, can't keep them to yourself. Goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Like,
We'll get to all the questions.
Keep on putting questions. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, keep on putting. We'll get to it. No worry.
What's your interpretation?
Why
go ahead.
Why do you suck, Corey? Coming with this bomb-ass question.
Trey, please don't talk to him like that. He's gonna ask for his release and try to start his own company. Please, Trey, come on, Listen. I'm scared of Corey. He has power, Trey. Corey has power. He's got power. You have to be careful with him. He's powerful. Gives me the shivers. Gives me the shivers. The shivers.
To make his own destiny and make it a manifest.
Corey's a very powerful man. Trey, he's got the power, Trey. He's got the power.
He has the power.
You got the power. You got the power. Yeah. He's got the power. But he's got the fucking power.
In his own mindset. He has the power to resurrect his from the dead.
Corey, please, Corey, don't quit, Corey. Don't ask for your release, Corey. Please don't do it. Don't. You just, Corey. If you leave, my feelings are gonna be hurt. I can't do JTV, Corey. I just can't fucking do it. Can't do it. I just can't fucking do it. Fuck, man.
I'm leaving it going to Nickelodeon.
Well, I just can't. Please, Corey, please. My feelings are hurt. Corey, my feelings are hurt. Corey, that's it. I'm gonna make Kevin Impact Statement Part 3. That's it. And I'm gonna ruin Corey's career, and I'm gonna talk about his personal life, and I'll say his real name. Yeah. So, anyways, what's your interpretation of Burke Lawson? What's your history with him?
Ray, Burke Lawson, I actually met him here in Vegas.
No, you didn't. Lying motherfucker.
Pretty sure I did.
No, man. How you met him here when you guys have histories in the Indies? You told me that he was with you in the original Renegade Posse, or no, the Bullet Club or the Bullet Empire, whatever it was called. Shout it out real quick, Trey. What was it? Bulletproof? Yeah. Bulletproof? What the fuck was it? God damn it!
It was Bulletproof, then it was Bullet Empire, but he didn't join the Bullet Empire, and I didn't start Bullet Empire until I started JTV. So, no, I had Bullet Empire.
No, yeah, you had it. You had it. I remember, because that's how we signed you.
Because I came into JTV.
Correct.
I met Burke. He joined WWA.
Right.
And then he joined Bullet Empire.
So what's your interpretation? What do you think of him, and what's a little bit of your history with him along with that?
I think he's a cool dude. He's a cool dude. He's a nice guy. I mean, I got along with him.
Right.
I met him. My history is I met him here in JTV.
Right.
And me and him started talking in parties. Started talking on Facebook. But like everybody else here. Once we started talking, started becoming friends, and as they say, they
What's your interpretation of Cassidy Dreams? What do you think of him?
Cassidy Dreams is my boy. That's my boy. Right?
I love him. I love Cassidy Dreams.
Shout out. I put him on the spot.
Real dude.
I had to leave my job that I had previously because my ankle gave out on me, and so I'm strapped for cash. So I'm still doing stuff, get money, so I can pay my phone bill and all that. My PlayStation out. Doing something. This past month, my PlayStation out. It fried. It's fried, and Dream helped me. Dream, he sent me some money. He helped me out.
Real dude, real friend right there.
I met you here in JTV Dream. Met you here in JTV in a party chat. It's not that simple. It's not that complicated. But the boy, homie, he helped me out. Got me a new PlayStation.
He more than the homie.
Which allowed me to come back to JTV to do what I love, which is compete on the JTV roster and show out for the people on YouTube, our loyal fans, our fan base, not just show out for JTV, but show out for WWA, SMW, and wherever else I am. If it wasn't for him, my CW career would have been over.
Right. James is a real dude, man. James has looked out for Trey quite a few times, and he's looked out for me. He's a good-hearted person. He's a strong guy. Dreams is a shit, man. Shout out to you, Dreams. We love you. Your family. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that everything's good with your health. Everything came out good. And shout out to you and your girl, your great relationship, and for everything continue to be worked out and be blessed. All right. Can't say the same about Scott Gross, but we can say that about you. Now, I think Corey messaged me. He said Corey got a phone call, so I don't know if Corey's still listening. But ironically, my next question, and I guess if he's listening, he'll probably pop up in the comments, so we'll see. But my next question is, what do we got? Mark Ben has got a question where he said he's even looked out for me as well. Oh yeah, I mean, you know, we all look out for each other, man. That's how it goes, Mark. You know, that's why I stay true to people like Trey. I stay true to people like Cassidy Dreams, because these are the guys that know a thing or two about loyalty, and that's important in friendship. No friend is perfect. There are bumps in the road. It don't matter what nobody thinks. What matters is what you've done, what he's done, what you do as a person. Fuck what anybody else thinks. That's what I was telling my boy earlier. So basically, I'm appreciative of the stuff they've done for me. There's going to be bumps in the road, but what you do to correct it, to adjust it, that's what matters. It's not what you did. It's not. That doesn't matter what happened. What did you do, and what are you going to do? All right. Next move for Trey and JTV. I mean, what do you want to see yourself doing next, Trey? To answer his question.
Leading the most dominant faction that JTV has ever seen, the glory.
You want to lead BKS.
To glory.
The fuck?
To glory and destruction.
What the fuck?
Fuck God.
What the
Anyway.
fuck? Oh shit, Finn Balor confirmed, baby. 3 out of 10. What the fuck? So anyways, question 7. Next question to you is, in your opinion, what do you think about Corey Flash, his walkout of JTV, you know, when that was going on, his final match at Also Extravaganza, and winning the World Heavyweight Championship? What do you think of that collectively as a complete thought?
Alright, my feelings about Corey now is that I can see the JT family, the mafioso not being complete without Corey now.
Right.
When he walked out, and his last match All-Star Extravaganza, I was like, damn, bro, damn. I was like, damn, man. That was a complete thought. I was just like, damn.
Yeah.
I could not think anything else, but damn, man. Shit, it was a crazy time out here. It was a fucked up time.
Sure was.
To be honest. And shit, mad people left.
Not a lot. Few people left. Few big names, maybe. Kind of big names, but not many.
Hell, the motherfucker that scouted me left. Like, what?
Yeah, I mentioned him earlier. He knows who he is. He knows who he is. I mentioned him earlier. You know. Great talent, you know. Bad decisions, great talent, all great talent, man. All great talent, all very talented individuals who threw their careers away just make themselves look like a complete ass. It's sad to me. You know, I do wish many of them well wherever they go, but I just don't have to like them. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna hate on people in CAW. I'm not somebody who can sit there and just hit thumbs down, and I don't know. It's just not my thing. It's not my thing. I don't have to reply to anybody. I don't have to hit thumbs down. I don't have to hate on anybody. It's just not my thing, dog. You know, I stick to my business, you stick to your business, that's it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't like me, then oh fucking well. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to deal with me. You just forget about me. That's it. It is what it is, you know? But if you continue to make me a part of your life, then I don't know, maybe you're in love with me. You know what I mean? But this is about you. This is about you, and this is about, you know, a little bit of that. You know, we was really talking about Corey. That's what the question was about, and that's what it is. I have my opinion on it, but this is not me. This is you that we're talking to. So maybe if you guys want to ask me that question when it's my turn, you can do that some other time. But right now, this is about Trey Jeter. So,
and Marcus asked, how do you feel about any of the people that were involved in the walkout a few months back and returned after?
or I think
some of the ones that walked out, I didn't really know that well. Some I did know, like Marcus, I knew you. I knew you. Who else? It was like him, Mark Bannon, and who else came back that walked out? Shit. That's it, right? Or I'm missing somebody.
I think probably the better question that Marcus would probably want to know is, how do you feel about his walkout? Or I think that's probably what his real question is. But
I mean, to be honest, if I'm gonna be honest, I was indifferent. I mean, I didn't like, I knew you, but I didn't know you, so I really didn't have a real opinion.
A real opinion, right?
But the other ones, like two other ones that he mentioned before I got here. One said I wasn't gonna last long. He said I wasn't shit, and then the one that scouted me, didn't really step my age. He was just like, okay. And then, and he thought I was a jobber, I was a mid caller, and I wasn't gonna go for on JTV.
Right, which is true.
I was like,
it's all true.
I was like, well, fuck, damn. Okay, that's some fucked up shit.
No faith. No faith in you.
It's like, oh well, it's like, hey, y'all wanna leave, that's on y'all. If y'all wanna be cool with me, that's fine. It's just like,
yeah.
And like I said previously, it is what it is. It's like, we can still be cool. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, we got other stuff to talk about besides JTV. I mean, we got movies, television, music, shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
right.
Video games, besides wrestling video games. I mean, there's other shit we can talk about. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I can still be cool with you. I mean, and y'all and the ones that did come back. Hey, man, look, it's a better. I mean, it's better opportunity to be better friends. You know what I'm saying? It is what.
I think with a lot of the adjustments that have been made in JTV, I don't know I can't see into all you guys' brains on how you look at it. There's people that one day will come to me and tell me, hey, you know, fuck them, or this is great and all this, and then the next thing you know, they had a suppressed feeling. You know what I mean? Or they had a plan. You know what I'm saying? My opinion on it is this. I look at everything that's happened in JTV as positive, because it's got us this far and it's made us stronger, and you know, everyone who belong in JTV has been exposed, and everyone who doesn't has been exposed. And that's why, to me, it's a positive thing. Like, great things have happened to JTV. It's just different individuals who were put in a position where they just didn't belong there to begin with, because they never appreciated, you know, that opportunity. They were just leeching off of it in order to get from point A to B. And I'm not the kind of person that I don't like that. Like, I'm not leeching off of any of you to fucking do anything, you know. This is a fun platform that I love enjoying with you guys, but there's no ulterior motive or anything like that, you know. If we can make something out of ourselves with it, great. But you guys are not a fucking piece of meat to me, you know what I mean? I have feelings for you guys that grow, and it's meaningful for me. That's why I was telling Mr. Amazing that I am making plans to meet him at some point, once you know, I can sort things out. You know, I want to meet him and get to know the guy, because I've gotten to meet SYM, and he didn't appreciate that. I've gotten to meet Corey 3 times, and it was great. You know, other than that, I haven't met anybody else. Craig Mack also, he's great. Craig Mack is just fucking fantastic. I got a lot of respect for him. Shout out to Craig Mack, you know, who does the fire department stuff.
Sure. D901. Who the hell is D901?
That's Pitt.
Oh shit.
I think that's Pitt. We can't go into those details.
All I'm gonna say is stay tuned.
Yeah, we can't go into those details, Mark Bennett. We're gonna get back to you on that question because that's on my list. But my next question to you, Trey, this is one that I think these guys will enjoy, and I wanted to ask you this question personally. And the question I wanted to ask you was, how did you come up with All-Star Extravaganza? Tell us about that.
All-Star Extravaganza. All right, so it was actually a joint idea between me and Jeff. Jeffrey
Really? Okay.
Because me and him also jointly run our own Gaijin version
okay.
that we named after their WrestleMania.
So it's not a New Japan ripoff. It's just a tribute.
Yes, it is a tribute. It is supposed to be a Gaijin show. If you don't know what Gaijin means, it means outside.
Okay.
So it's a Japan show that's in Japan, but it's all Gaijin wrestlers.
Right.
All outside wrestlers who are not originally from Japan.
Okay.
So the first All-Star Extravaganza was WWA SW Wrestling Kingdom, which is our Japan show, which we haven't done a show in a while, which I might hop on 19 do a Japan show. I don't know. I might. I don't have really been on my mind yet. But that was the start of All-Star Extravaganza right there.
Right.
I had come up with the concept a while back. I told one person he thought it was lame. I killed it off. I left it alone. And I started fucking with Jeff. I told Jeff about it. And Jeff was like, hey, why don't we do it?
Right.
Like, okay, cool. We did it. It worked out great.
Right. I agree.
And the next year, Jeff was like, hey, it's like, we're in JTV. Let's talk to Jay. Talk to another person. We're not going to mention him. And you're like, let's go talk to Mike Ashman. Let's make it bigger.
Right.
At first I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't know, you know.
Yeah.
And then I was like, then I thought about it. I was like, yo, what if we did make this shit bigger?
Right.
Shit would be fun as hell.
Yeah.
Instead of 3 days, let's do 5 days.
Right.
So I came to you. I went to Mike. I went to the other person who shall not be named.
Right.
And we all agreed to do it. We did 5 days, and it turned out fantastic.
I agree. Huge success.
I didn't think it was going to do that good. I was like, okay.
Right. I mean, it's a gamble. Gamble paid off.
And I was like, you know what? Let's roll the dice, see what happens.
Right.
We rolled. The 5 of us each had a pair of dice. We rolled the dice, and all 5 of them came in snake eyes. That shit came out of fire as hell.
I like that.
Do I want to do All-Star Extravaganza 3? Hell yes.
Yeah, I think the odds are looking really, really good. You know, we have three great brands with SNW, WWE, and JTV as headliners already. I think that sells already by itself. You know what I mean? Like, people are going to want to watch that by itself. You know, but as a form of commissioner, while Trey's choking over there, you know, he's got the good shit. Shout out to me. Well, you know, it's cliche. I don't want to deem myself the commissioner of WWE. As a commissioner form, yeah, as an ambassador or commissioner form of WWE, I can definitely confirm that if we do come back with also extravaganza, you know, we'll be looking to great brands that we can work with in order to produce, you know, a grandeur of an event, a great conglomerate. You know, just somebody who we feel will deserve it. You know what I mean? Somebody great.
Because we were supposed to have did another event before the original situation I had with that person that shall not be named down. We were supposed to do another event known as Battle for Olympus, which never came to happen.
I remember that. I remember. Yeah, you're right.
Which me, you, Jeff, and Mike were all excited for. We were like, yo, we can make this shit fire. We can make this shit bigger and better than All-Star Extravaganza. This shit gonna go hard as hell.
Right.
In that situation where that person who's not name happened, and it was like, well, fuck. Do I think that if shit can, if you get a better game or some by the grace of God, this game is fixed, could we do Battle for Olympus? Possibly.
Big possibility. I mean, you can do whatever the fuck you want. You know, it's WWA. You're the founder. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. I think that All-Star Extravaganza is great. I could see myself going for that again. You know what I mean? At first, no. Now, you know, I think so. I think we can do it. It's not a bad idea, and it's all about fun and quality. So I could see the possibility of that going on.
Oh yeah, I can too. I mean, I think it would be a great thing to do again. I really do. It may not be 5 days, but maybe we do 4. I still think it'll be great. I still think it'll be great for it.
Yeah, four sounds good to me. I think four would be good. Would you be a good fit for BKS, Mark Bennett? You know, you could probably take his question right now, because I'm about to ask you another question concerning Mark Bennett.
All I can say is, you never know. It's possible. Never know.
I'm glad that Mark Bennett and Marcus Storms are in the comments, because I want to talk to you about them. I want to talk to you about Mark Bennett. You know, poor Mark Bennett, man. Goddamn, you know, he had the devil in his ear about a year ago, and unfortunately, you know, he got his career all fucked up and sabotaged, and nobody gave a fuck after they ruptured his career. You know, he heard stuff in the locker room. Some people told him some stuff, and he thought that the right thing to do was to leave JTV. Huge mistake. And he's done very, very well. Mark Bennett went, and he's accomplished great things. He's always been a great talent, fast little motherfucker. You know, he's done his thing. You know, so I've always respected his ability. You know, he's like a short form Mr. Perfect, I would say that. And he's done his shit. Mark Bennett has done his shit. He has evolved. Also, Extravaganza was the last time we saw him compete at a anything JTV related event. You know, it was in the WWA, but it was still a JTV event per se. So, you know, that's how it went down. And obviously, the finish obviously was supposed to go to Mark Bennett. I'll say that publicly. You know, but due to the circumstances of what was going on at the time, we had to exercise our right to make sure we protect JTV, because that's what this is about. We're not hating on other promotions. We have to protect the integrity of JTV, okay? If you're in JTV and you're a JTV talent, then your shit should be that you're on the lookout for JTV at all times, because that's what it is. It's like being in a gang. It's not you. Yeah, go ahead, Trey.
Exactly. Around, because that was the same time that Corey walked out. He not only walked out of JT, he also walked out of WWA.
Yeah.
And
he's a champion.
Which ended up giving me my main event for my day of Extravaganza. It became a triple threat match for hardcore title, I think it was.
Right.
Ended up being a triple threat match for the hardcore title. which was ended up being won by Blake Andrews. Which hopefully Blake, you'll see. Hopefully Blake, you come back WWE, get some more championships.
Well, Blake is trying to get himself a contract, and he's trying to make his presence felt. Hopefully he can do his shit in both shows and, you know, prove himself, do better, become bigger. That's what it's all about. I'm gonna let you.
Have a hardcore title anymore, Marcus. It became the United Continental Championship.
Don't worry, Marcus. I'll show you a hardcore title, baby. Stay tuned. Spoiler alert. So, yeah, Mark Bennett, unfortunately, man, I feel like people try to fuck his career up because they had personal feelings about whatever might have been going on a year ago in JTV. And, you know, him and Marcus kind of took the bullets, man. They got their careers fucked up and nobody cared. And that's part of the reason why I wanted to work with them and bring them back, because I didn't think it was fair that people try to sabotage their careers for what they wanted. People try to sabotage their careers for what they wanted instead of thinking, hey, you know, do what you want to me, but, you know, make sure they're good. I mean, that's what a friend would have done. That's what I would have did as a friend. Like, if I was in JTV as a wrestler, not the founder, you know, I mean, well, first of all, I wouldn't have run around telling people to quit. I would have just went ahead and would have gave them my best. But if I was headed out and I had a problem with anybody who was in office, I would have just been like, hey, you know, you say whatever you want about me, you do whatever you want, but you just make sure that my friends are well taken care of. That's what I would have did. I wouldn't have tried to get everybody to just fucking take off just because, you know, I went and made a mistake and I don't want to pay for it. You know, I don't want to man up to it. Instead, I want to point my finger back at the person who's pointing at me. So it was unfortunate how things went down for Mark Bennett, but, you know, man, he's crafted himself in the Indies and done a great job, and I think that that's great. But, you know, Mark Bennett showed a lot of respect. He went through that, and I think that slowly, that's the reason why I was more open to working with him and giving him an opportunity to make peace with me and make everything right, because you know, he was just in a way he was a victim. You know, he made a poor choice, but in a way he was a victim and he was taken advantage of. I want to ask you about your relationship in general with Mark Bennett, and about his signing to WWE. I mean, his signing to WWE is pretty clear, but what's your relationship with Mark Bennett and what do you think of him?
My relationship with Mark is a pretty good one. Me and him have talked. We've had multiple conversations.
Right.
Me and him have gotten really along very well. I'm stuttering like Chris over here.
Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit doesn't stutter. Please continue. That's all, folks. Please continue.
But me and him talk. We have conversations as well as Marcus. Those Marcus, we've had conversations. We've got along.
Right.
They've been good conversations. They've been friendly conversations. I offered them both WWE contracts. They took them. They came.
Well, we're talking about Mark Bennett. We'll get to Marcus Storms. We're talking about Mark Bennett right now.
But, you know,
yeah.
Mark hasn't had his official WWE debut yet.
Right.
He's had some issues that happened with his PlayStation, like Plus went out and
right,
stuff.
right.
I can't remember. But I'm very excited for his in-ring WWE debut. I'm ready to see it. I'm ready for it to happen. Do I think he could probably be a good champion in WWE? Yes. Yes, I do.
I think Mark's a great backbone kind of guy, you know, but that doesn't go without saying that he can be world champion one day. He has all the potential in the world, you know, but what's it going to take? What it's going to take is the one thing some of these guys in CAW don't seem to be showing: a lot of heart and dedication. Okay, you can't get to the top and bitch about not being pushed. You can't do that because it doesn't make any sense. You know, you have to keep working at it, hone your craft, become better. Dreams just commented just now. Here's a guy who took a lot of shit. Dreams is one of the best wrestlers in CAW. And people didn't want to give him that fucking credit. He had to prove it to everybody. You know what I'm saying? And he's gone out and had great matches. One of my favorites, obviously, was Shendon. The back and forth at the Stan Lee shit, just fucking amazing back and forth. He as much as people want to hate on him, he has the potential to be world champion. Same, Mark Bennett can do the same shit, you know. And speaking of somebody else who can get there, who has that ability and talent, Marcus Storms. Marcus Storms. When things went south with me and him, I was a little upset about it. I'm not gonna go too long here. You know, I'm giving the short version because this is really a question for you and it's about you and your opinion on it. But it's just the backstory to it, just so this is public and people understand that I'm not fucking some sort of Negan that's trying to fucking destroy everybody. You know, he went through the same thing Mark Bennett had to go through. You know what I mean? He had people in his ear. You know what I'm saying? And the poor kid just fucking made a terrible fucking decision and nobody cared after that. Nobody was looking out for him and he was asked out. And he had to bench for a little bit because he didn't really want to go anywhere else to do anything because he knew where he wanted to be. You know what I mean? And he was led to believe that there was drama going on here when there wasn't. It was just people that were making drama. And once those people were removed, you know, you see this fluid, healthy, functioning JTV. And then that's when everybody went, oh shit, okay, so I see who was being on some fuck shit. So and I'm not taking any shots at anybody, anything like that. I'm just telling my side of the story according to everything that fucking happened, all right? Mark Bennett got asked out, not Mark Bennett, excuse me. Marcus Storms got asked out. Nobody gave a fuck. And now, and then he went the route to be a man and to speak with me like a man, you know what I'm saying, and to try to work things out the right way. And that's how you do it. And that's what I like, that's what I respect. If you're willing to speak with me like a man, you know what I'm saying, and if you fuck up, admit you're wrong, I'm willing to respect you for that and work with you, you know what I mean? But if you're gonna be fucking ignorant and be on some fuck shit, I don't respect that, man, and I don't want to talk to you. That's just what it is. I think I can make peace with anybody in the fucking world if they're willing to talk to me, but not if you're gonna be a little bitch. You know what I'm saying? Right. So Marcus Storms made mistakes, but I think that he's grown as a person and as a man. I can't say anything about his skill. He's always had it. He's always had great skill. He can move, he can wrestle, he can work. You know what I'm saying? He went slow and then worked his way up. I mean, he's still got so much more to learn and see, but he's come very far, is what I'm saying. So my thing to you, Trey, is the same with Mark Bennett. What is your relationship with Marcus Storms upon his signing with WWE? Because you got to him before I got to him. So what's your relationship with him?
It's been a really good relationship. He's been in 2 main events for WWE shows.
He's on the cover, isn't he?
Yeah, he's on the cover.
Cover star. Right.
Global Meltdown. It's been a really good relationship. I mean, it's been a better put like this. I've had a more productive relationship with him than the previous cover star and the previous person that was supposed to be in the main event that he was in.
Unfortunately, right? That's terrible. But I mean, you can't, you know, you can't really do anything about it, man. You got to work with what you got to work with. That's the end of it, you know what I mean? My final question to you, the final individual that I want to speak to you about, and I want to go public with this, and I want to provide a little bit of the backstory, and I want this to be a great example. We got 94 comments on here, 11 people listening, and whoever else is going to watch this, you know, pretty good ratings on your part, Trey, you know, when people have had so many opinions about you, but you're such a big star, so you feel proud of yourself. Now look, here's the thing. All right, try not to look too excited. Here's the thing. The last person I want to talk to you about caused a lot of controversy here on this show. So You guys already know who that is. The most controversial individual who's ever walked on this show. All right. And I'm talking about a man who's under contract right now to WWE. So you should know already who that is. All right. He's deemed himself, what does he call himself? He calls himself well, he's got a whole bunch of fucking funny and weird nicknames, but he's an incredible piece of talent, and he really is a good person. He's very considerate, and he tries to be everybody's best friend as much as he can. He talks shit from time to time, but here's the thing, because I see Marcus commenting, and he's entitled to his opinion on that. He feels how he feels. Every single person has the right to feel how they want to feel about it. I obviously showed how I felt about it when he came on here and did the shit he did, and that episode got taken down. It isn't even acknowledged, but we're going to acknowledge it tonight because I think it's important to make an example out of these things. If we're going to point our fingers at everybody and say you did wrong, instead of trying to convince them to do right, you know what I mean? Okay, but even if you're messing around, you're entitled to that opinion, Marcus. You're entitled to say anything you want to say because you're not wrong. That's what he was. Billy was deemed a racist by a lot of people in the locker room. He was looked upon as negative and all this type of stuff. He even got his ass fired from JTV. But the thing is, here's the kicker. Here's the interesting thing, and this is how we're going to close this thing out on this episode. The interesting thing about Billy, right? Compared to a lot of individuals who are taking JTV's name and throwing it in the dirt, because they're trying to be badasses and all this type of stuff. And it's really silly because it's so childish. Billy, who had probably every right to say, fuck JTV and fuck J-Kid and fuck all of you, and I'm going to thumbs down all your videos and all this other shit. Billy is still friends with us, still supporting us, still hitting thumbs up, still showing love. And I'm like, yo, this man is still saying that he wants to come back to JTV. This man is still saying he has the passion, he still has respect, all this stuff. I'm like, what the fuck? And even the other day, when someone decided to try to make a name for themselves and it failed miserably, Billy went ahead and stepped in and completely wiped the floor with them. And I'm like, yo. And that's the kind of stuff that I respect, man. If you're willing to stand up like that, I respect that kind of shit, man. That's real. And when he didn't need to do any of that, he's not signed to JTV. He is a WWA pro wrestler. That is what Billy is. And it's like, this man still stepped in. Like, this shit is like some...
Sorry.
No.
You gotta put some respect on the man's name. He is not just a WWE pro wrestler.
Well,
he is the WWE five-star champion.
All right. Well, clout to that. Clout to all that, We're going to give him a lot of respect, but we're not going to give him all the respect in the world neither. Billy obviously made a mistake when he double spammed. He double spammed. But this is how I feel about him. Yeah, I was pissed off when Billy did what he did. I had to kick his ass out. I wasn't happy about it. It was not fucking cool. But if we're going to point our fingers at Billy for the rest of our lives, that doesn't help humanity. You know what I'm saying? We need to teach. We need to teach. That's what I was trying to do when a lot of you guys was asking me, demanding that I end the show. It's like, no, I'm not going to end the show just because you guys are calling him a racist. A little known fact, guys, just because you say that word does not make you a racist. And I've dissected this quite a few times. Just because you say that word does not make you a racist. A racist is going to be somebody that's probably going to look at me and Trey and say, oh, I don't want to wrestle them. Oh, I don't want to speak with them. Get a white person to talk to me. And let's not forget that racism does not just apply to whites and blacks. It's skin color. Okay, so we have to come together in this shit and understand each other and work with each other and be real with each other about this shit. You know, Billy fucked up. Billy comes from a background of a family who probably is racist as fuck. But that's not Billy's fault. Do I think Billy's family's racist? Fuck yeah. Because I've heard shit in the background to where they're very comfortable with it. And if Billy's comfortable with it, you know, it could potentially mean he may be racist. Yeah, it's possible. But
or he just be used to it because that's how you grew up.
That's another thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna shout out Nolan Black real quick. I'm gonna shout out Ops, man. You know, he had to take some shit for some people who want to say he was a racist too. Yet he hangs out with me, Trey, and a whole bunch of other colored people, and he feels normal and everything. That's not a racist, bro. And that's what I'm trying to say. Ops is the man. Ops is not racist, and as much as I learned about his life and knowing him for all these years, you know, I have enough proof that he's not, straight up. Billy, I don't think he's racist. I think Billy fucking mistake, and he deserves to get smacked in the fucking face for it. But I think that we need to begin to educate or continue to educate and use Billy as a message to the world that instead of just fucking picking out random people and saying they're racist based off of what they do, what if we just educate and use them as an example, you know what I'm saying, to try to show everybody else. You know, for everybody else that's ever said fuck JTV and wanted to turn the other cheek and pull some shit, you know, I've always gone out of my way to show them the mistake that they made and allow them to see the mistake for themselves. And that's why I act and do the things that I do. It isn't about trying to get back to somebody. It's the same with Billy. I was very pissed off, but I think it's more realistic for us to try to correct things the right way, to try to show them. Now, it takes of the person. So it's going to take a lot of Billy to fucking try to make that correction. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that for Billy's sake, that he can figure it out. But in the meantime, I'm going to ask you your opinion on all of that, Trey. And did I answer the question for you, Trey? Did I just do that?
Yeah, but I hate to do this. It's so cliche to end this with some religious stuff, but I kind of feel like I need to right now.
Go ahead. Bless us, Pastor Trey Jeter. Go ahead.
The first thing I gotta say is Peter 5:8. Second, it's one of them. It's either first Peter or second Peter. I can't remember right now. But it is be sober, be vigilant. Because your adversary, the devil, walketh around like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. So any of us can get caught by the devil at any time and get devoured up by. Now the second thing is, thou without sin cast the first stone. So before you judge him for what he said, think about something that you may have said some fucked up shit.
We all make mistakes. I'm sorry.
Can you cast the first stone? I know it's sure as hell that I can't cast the damn first stone. If I cast the first stone, I might well cast it on my damn self. But I think people seem to forget that. Forget that we can't always be judged. We can't be judge and jury. There's a higher power that's the judge and jury of all of us.
I think so.
So before you decide to go be judge and jury, you gotta remember there's a higher power that's higher than you. That is judge and jury, and you gotta let him decide. You can have your personal feelings, the personal aspects, but don't keep it to yourself and don't cast the first stone.
I agree with that.
I try to remember that, but sometimes I can't hold it in. I gotta say what I gotta say about a person that I feel. Hell, me and my cousin wrote a goddamn diss track on the motherfucker because he fucked us over. Is that Cassie's first song? Probably.
Right.
Most likely it is. I know it makes me seem like I'm contradicting myself, but what I'm saying is, I felt wrong for something that he fucked up did, that he did some fucked up foul shit, because he claims he doesn't have a personal vendetta against me. He has a vendetta against the man in the party here. But I'm like, well, fuck it. Alright, let's go. You want to battle? Let's go. But that's all I gotta say. Is hey, we all fuck up, we all make mistakes. Don't prejudge somebody just because they fucked up one time.
But consider it if they fucked up a few times. Consider it. Now, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, which I'm sure it's mostly guys listening to this shit, I'm gonna go.
And Mark asked me who's my next big signing. Again, stay tuned.
Okay, well, at this point in time, before we wrap up, I'm out of questions, but we've completed the show. Very nice. 1 hour of Kevin Impact, 1 hour of Trey. You get a double this week, guys. You got Kevin Impact statement. You got Kevin Impact statement 2.5 or something like that. 2.6 update, and then you got the podcast with Trey. So you guys are gonna love this one. Enjoy it if you're in the car or somewhere listening, in the rain, listening to it and laughing.
Which I actually think my buddy Jake is actually listening to this while he's driving home. While he's driving home.
So before we wrap up, we are going to take questions, whatever questions you guys have. I'm trying to look through the comments list to see what questions we might have missed. You know what I mean? It's Corey asked, "Why do you suck?" I think he wants you to teach him how.
And I asked him why does he suck.
Okay. What else we got? Okay. Drop some questions. We about to get out of here. How do you fit? Okay, you answered that question.
Jesus asked multiple times, how do we meet JTV, motherfucker?
Me and you?
No, me and him.
Oh yeah, obviously. You guys connected almost instantly.
What's the next bit? Next big WWE pay-per-view. Next big WWE pay-per-view will be Global Meltdown. And then after that, we're going to Vegas, baby!
Going to Vegas.
Going to Las Vegas, Nevada. Wrestling.
I'm afraid that Marcus, we're not permitted to discuss that topic, But I'll tell you. But I tell you what, Marcus, the only way that we'll answer that question is if you got the power. Do you have the power, Marcus? Do you? Because if you do, for a very, very small price, we'll answer that question. We're going to answer that question, Marcus, next time on Live live and uncensored. So, shickly dickly doo, wobbly cobbly. We want to thank every single person for listening tonight. Big crowd, big live crowd tonight. Trey, you pulled some ratings, man. You big fucking star, you motherfucker, you know. So, shout out to you. Shout out to everybody in the comment section, you know, and all of our fans, man. You know, this is the Cuban Caillou signing out, baby. Cuban Caillou with a shout out for you. Dynamic. And thank everyone for listening in, man. Thank you for being a guest on tonight's show, Trey. You finally got your live and uncensored. You're a nasty motherfucker. And we hope you come back and join us again. So,
I'm gonna do this one for you, Funk Man. I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road and we're gonna ride till ain't no more.
This podcast is a trip. Well, Funk. Well. So,
good night, ladies and gentlemen. It has been a pleasure to give you my thoughts, to be here on Live and Uncensored. And I will see you on JTV and World Wrestling All-Stars, WWA.
And on behalf of Trey and everybody at JTV, we want to thank you for watching. We hope you can join us for Christmas, as JTV Pro Wrestling will be returning for a special, very special Christmas holiday season. You will find out when shortly. Stay tuned. We have much good things coming, much more wrestlers who were signed who we're getting ready to reveal shortly. And we still have many, many big things coming. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the love. We'll see ya. And if you can, top that.
Amigo.
And we are clear. Right? You clear?
No, we're not. We're still live, man. Fuck. We're still live. God damn it. We're still live. Man, the show's still on the air. God damn it.
Damn it, I'm trying to make some fucking pizza, man.
Look, man, I'm trying to end the show, man. I'm the one that's got the fucking power around here, man. Fuck.
Damn it, motherfucker.
God damn it. Fuck. You can't say. God